My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Cobalt Core. Alrighty then. Let's see what we can get done in this run. We've got the Tide Runner and we've got Max who we are starting to work on in order to try and fulfill the 3 memories of Max. Let's get that off to a good start here with Max and 2 of the more powerful characters in my mind, Dizzy and Riggs. Well, do I need Dizzy? There's only 3 max shield on this ship. I could still use Dizzy, I think. But do I need to use Dizzy? Maybe I drop Dizzy for Perry here, actually. Attacks and instant movement, the possibility of moving myself out of the way. Much more easy when there are 2 blank spaces in the middle of our ship that can bypass hits. Sure, actually let's take this. I thought I was already set by the time I clicked the start recording button. Little did I know. Time to pick up Debress. And then I'm gonna remove the Debress. And add a common card instead. Quick thinking, system security, or dice roll. So... Cards like system security, cards with retain are especially strange here in the Tide Runner, because if I have too many retain cards, those all filter over to the left-hand side of my hand, and if I ever want to play them, I have to also deal with the fact that I'll be moving left. So it makes them more situational, in a way that I may not necessarily love. There's dice roll here, a 0 cost to discard 2 random cards and then deal 1 damage. It's also an infinite, so it's not discarded when played. And then just quick thinking. The fact that I can upgrade quick thinking to become 0 cost as well as draw 3 cards, ooh. It is nice. 1 cost 5? 1 cost 5 is still huge too. I'll take quick thinking. Okay, if I burn out the anchor, then I can strafe across the enemy, prevent them from hitting me, as well as deal 2 damage. Ooh, multi-shot, and then I'll even scramble, just to make sure that I have some additional evade for a future turn. Yeah, just in case they happen to do something like this. I'm gonna reroll, and then admin deploy out the basic block from my deck. Great. And then I'll quick thinking as well. I can use 1 evade so that I can deal 3 damage to this enemy with an attack, and a draw shot. Okay, anchor, basic shot, and draw shot. That will move me back to the position I want to be in. Using admin deploy to play scramble would be great here. Quick thinking, admin deploy, play scramble. How good's the rest of the deck? The rest of the deck's reasonable. I'll take a basic shot on the enemy rather than trying to draw through any of the rest of the cards in there. Sure, I'll anchor and then reroll and then lunge to get further away. The enemy's actually gaining shields and power drive at a really annoying rate. I'm not actually doing any consistent damage to them. I'm generating more resources at the absolute least. The only problem is, whenever I want to attack them, they're so far over the left side of me that it becomes really difficult to do so. Got the core basic dodge. Yeah, welcome. I'm gonna re-roll, because then I can use the admin deploy to burn a basic shot out of my deck. Yeah, like doing damage to this enemy this turn doesn't even really make sense. They're gonna get 2 armor, I believe? So I do 3 damage to them. They will keep 1 of that damage overall. It's still probably worth. Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm gonna burn out an anchor, move one space over, then another so that I can basic shot and multi-shot. 3 damage on the enemy. I had to spend 2 extra evade to do that. I'm happy to burn out a quick thinking. It's not actually a card that I'm especially keen on having consistently right now. 1, 2, there's a multi-shot. I'll use a basic dodge and then a basic shot, get across. Cool, we're actually doing some HP damage to the enemy now. And in fact, we're doing all the HP damage to the enemy. Options, Cloud Save. Return an exhausted card to your hand. Upgrades to become 0 cost or return 2 exhausted cards to hand. There's also options, which can upgrade to give us 2 evade as well as draw an extra 2 next turn. That's huge. As much as I also want Cloud Save, that's just a good card. Time for a check in the minefield. Lose 1 HP to gain an artifact. Every 5th time we attack, we'll gain an evade. I mean, damage is pretty obvious here. One of the big things we're missing is damage. Upgrading a basic shot to be 0 cost would not be an awful way of dealing with this, what with the amount of extra draw that I have in the deck at the moment. And this ship, with its ability to move based on it, thrives off of having 0 cost. Oh, Jumbo. It's gonna be tough to beat Jumbo at this point. Oh my god. I'm gonna draw a shot, which will move me back in the other direction. Oh, man. There's a multi-shot, I'll move 1 space. Yikes! Yeah, this is gonna be a tough enemy for us. Scramble and options. I'll not move, I'll lose my last shield there as well. Gotta burn the anchor out of my hand so I can do anything. Admin deploy burns another card out for me. I re-roll in order to get out of the way and keep my evade. Multi-shot, basic shot, and I'm gonna quick thinking as well. 1 more basic shot, I'll move 1 space over. I mean, I can do reasonable damage, I just can't accrue reasonable resources at all. Yeah, I can use a reroll this turn for safety. And I should. And I will. Losing only a temp armor there. Draw shot, withdraw, multi-shot as well as basic shot. Yeah, I should do damage this turn. Draw shot, draws multi-shot and basic shot. Gonna move to line back up with the enemy, then multi-shot them for 4 damage. I'll use a basic shot to get kind of away from the enemy, gain a basic block, move 1 space further over, and you know what? Jumbo's actually not gonna be a problem for us here. I really thought I did not have enough damage for this. Incoming is 2 damage this turn. As long as I reroll, I am okay. And I will use a reroll and then even an admin deploy. I don't even need to move now that I got that 2 temp shield. Multi-shot and basic. I mean, vamoose, but I'm starting to get to the end of weirdly needing movement or draw from rigs, which are the 2 rigs things. When you shoot an incoming missile, turn it around instead of destroying it, or heal booster. Whenever you heal, heal 1 more. I'm gonna take the ricochet. Oh gosh, this one's gonna be unlikely as well. Yikes. I'm just going to gather resources this turn, use an anchor, and then quick thinking to move across. Basic shot to get even further, and then a basic block to gain a shield. I can use admin deploy to play out the corrupted core and destroy it at the same time. I don't want to destroy scramble as early as I otherwise sometimes might, because I'm going to need a lot of movement in order to overcome the auto dodge of this enemy here. Okay, I think I'm scrambling and then re-rolling out a dodge. Okay, this would be a great turn to lay the damage on if I can. Move 2 spaces to the left, use a draw shot. Draw's not very likely to draw me into damage though. But gift horse mouth opportunities, you know? Basic shot and then an admin deploy will play out the Vamoose for a good cost. Oh wow. I'm gonna be able to bang on hit the enemy here too. Move 1 space over to avoid any damage myself. Okay, let's go with a basic shot there, and then a scramble, so I don't even have to worry this turn. Just accruing some more resources. They're going to be dodging slightly off. Okay, that's actually much better for me. Dodge slightly off, and I even follow you. Draw shot. Basic, basic, and end. I'm just keeping all this evade. I don't need it. Yet. Anchor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lunge! And that's all they wrote about the Nat. Spacer. Yes. Draws only a single card, it retains and it exhausts. Why is it good? Because it is a card that I can play at any time in order to move my ship left or right. Shield memory. Your shield lasts between combats. Not half bad. Ooh, reroll into an admin deploy on Vamoose. Love that. Okay, I need to do as much damage as I possibly can for a while. Especially considering I don't need to scramble this turn. I've got 6 evade already. Multi-shot, basic shot, lunge. That even gave me another evade, courtesy of the crosslink. Pop a draw shot so that I can get rigs back. To core and then spacer, and heck, I'll even gain another block and move another space out of the way. Ooh, anchor even lines me up with the enemy for my basic shots. Love it. I'm gonna need to play that miasma at some point. I'll play out the first one, and then I'll figure out whether or not I want to play any following ones. It's just I don't want to have to spend a huge amount of draw on that one consistently, you know? Burn out the toxic from the deck so that I don't have to worry about suddenly dying this turn. Obviously, any more heat after this will also suddenly kill us. Basic shot and then lunge. I'll dodge out of the way. The movement comes after the attack. Cool. Just making sure I wasn't making an awful mistake there. Obviously can't play miasma. One more space over, and alright, we're gonna get out of here. Comfortably and safely. Bye-bye, Wizbo. Root access. Rightmost card gains retain for the rest of combat. I'm not really gonna want to do that to my cards, I don't think. Whiplash, the ability to move twice. Feint. Honestly, a feint that moves left twice and then also gains a temp shield seems really good for us right now. Let's dance. Anchor will move me over to a position that I don't really care about, but I can't use the Moose anyway this turn, I'd take too much damage. So then I'm basic dodge and options. It's not bad. I can use 2 movement this turn in order to start laying down the smackdown. Oh, or I could just lunge there in the first place. That's way better. No incoming damage this turn. I can use a reroll in order to play with a Moose. Love those. And I'll go... You know what? 1 damage is worth 2 evade right now. 1 space over, shoot, 1 space over. Let's go with a multi-shot. If anything, I'm finding out that I should really just be laying down the damage the entire time, that nothing else has ever or will ever matter. Incoming 1 damage, 1 heat. I can deal with 1 heat. It's only 3 that I need to worry about. And that's the final thing. Whoa, hang on. It's not yet the final thing. And here I thought I didn't have another hand in the deck that wasn't going to be drawn damage there. Alas. Anchor. Oh wow, I actually need to move away from the enemy again. Embarrassing. Please line yourself back up with me at your nearest convenience. Much appreciated. Raps. Second opinions and think twice at the same time. Classic. Draw 1 card of each color from the draw pile, or discard your entire hand and then draw 5 cards. I want Think Twice, and I want it because I can upgrade it in order to get a positive draw without exhausting it. Grazer Beam. Every time attack misses the enemy by exactly 1 space, the enemy takes 1, or gain an energy every 3rd turn. Grazer Beam will give me the ability to use my attacks as a reposition whilst still doing damage. Let's get Think Twice consistently drawing. Alright. Yeah, I'll have a Moose. And then Think Twice. And then move 1 space. Do I want to burn out that basic block? I think so. I'm gonna reroll and then admin deploy the basic block out to destroy it. Then we'll anchor over. Hit you with a multi-shot and an options to get back out of dodge, as well as draw 2 additional cards next turn. So incoming damage this turn is going to be 1 at least. I don't think I need Scramble in this deck anymore, so I will play the Admin Deploy. Let's see. Well, the incoming damage is 2 because I drew into my anchor there and I didn't have the ability to use my evade afterwards. Well, good lesson learned. Especially in a situation where it doesn't necessarily kill us. Yet. Basic shot misses, but still does 1 damage. Think twice will get some cards out of hand for us. And it discards all of those cards as well before drawing. It's pretty good for us. Alright. Really do want to burn the anchor out of the deck so that I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm gonna quick thinking and then discard. Get entirely out of the way of the enemy. Just allowing them to become more powerful, no reason. Need to think twice past that one. It's gonna be a slow battle. And it kind of needs to be a slow battle. Yeah, I don't want this to be fast. I'd be losing were it fast. Anchor into options, into feint. Let's get 1 space over, fire the multi-shot for 2 damage. I'm start getting out of dodge, draw shot. And then a quick lunge, 1 movement, think twice B, just to see if I happen to get the anchor. One space over here for a multi-shot to follow up. Do I want to burn out the options here? I think so. I'm liking how much control I'm having over curating this hand. Let's play draw shot. Yes, just in case I get admin deploy and then I can burn out anchor from the deck finally. Oh, okay. Now I don't need to worry about drawing an anchor for the rest of this fight. That's so freeing. Alright, buddy. You come over here. Okay, that's not far enough. Fight all of those for the sake of gaining evade. it's going to be difficult to get the enemy as far over as I need them to be. I'm just realizing consistently now. That's better. It is better. I'll accept this hit so that I can keep some evade. Let's use basic dodge, then think twice. Wait, yikes. Lunge to get out of dodge there. I don't know if I'm making this one. Yeah, especially on a turn like this. If I didn't do exactly that series of actions, I was just going to die there. As much as I wanted to do 4 damage to the enemy, I recognized that doing that 4 damage would have come at the cost of my life. Oh boy. I'm gonna kind of just have to wait for a perfect opportunity if I want to have any chance of actually having an impact here. That's it, the entire time I am thinning the deck down. There we go, I can use... Oh no, I can't. I thought I was going to be able to position myself there, that I was only going to take 2 damage. Nope, that was not going to happen. Lunge across. Spend a basic shot, use think twice. Yeah, I'm probably dead. And I'm dead. I definitely needed more damage in that deck to really have it do anything. I had, as you saw, a ridiculous amount of movement. I was capable of controlling the fight for a really long period of time. Doing damage? No, not at all. I will note, for what it's worth, that my card options there did not really give me much chance to take damage, which means, of course, that I should have started using my upgrades to give me the ability to deal more damage instead of, you know, drawing infinite cards to do nothing. You know what? Let's replace the Warp Breath with a boss artifact. No shield, no evade on the first turn. Instead, on the first turn of battle, draw an extra card and gain an extra energy. On pickup, choose a card in your deck that's not buoyant, it gains buoyant. So it's going to be the first card I draw. Really? I'm tempted to make it Corrupted Core. Because it's something I often want burned out of the deck with admin deploy. And it's always going to be there because I can't otherwise remove it. Huh, anchor gets generated to the left of it. Weird. Well, I'll use the anchor. and scramble, and corrupted core. Woohoo! Now I have some evade. It's gonna be worth noting that I definitely need to generate evade in ways like that. Basic admin deploy. I mean, I shouldn't have actually done basic admin deploy that. The enemy just gets the 2 shield back. It accomplished nothing. Great way to do a bunch of damage on that turn at the absolute least. Lunge, basic shot, take it while I can get it. I learned my lesson last time with this starting deck against this enemy. I need to do damage constantly. And so that's what I'm doing. Extra battery, escape artist, and cloud save. Escape artist, draw 1 card, discard a card at random, shuffle the order of your hand, and autopilot. Immediately after you play the leftmost or rightmost card in your hand, move left or right 2. I think I'm looking for extra battery more than that. I don't know what I'm doing with that extra battery just yet, but as soon as I figure it out, oh boy. I need damage as well, first and foremost. Second run in an episode, I'm going for the elites. Let's see if they make us powerful or if they make us dead. It's gonna be one of the two. All right. How do I ruin your life? I want you to fire at one of the space mines. So if I fire at your leftmost wing, in order to avoid that, you'll have to move 1, 2, 3 spaces right, which would be towards the space mine. Great. So I use an admin deploy to burn out the anchor. Draw shot to fire on the enemy here. They're lined up perfectly now. And then I can burn even a corrupted core and a Debris out of the deck. Debris. Ooh. I can easily evade this attack from you, buddy. And so I will. Gain a bunch of evade whilst doing so. Yeah, I can't move far enough to start fighting you and then follow you. Actually, I can. 1, 2, 3. Draw shot. And then I'll move over to follow you. And especially because I have the extra battery in hand, this feels correct. And then a multi-shot for 3 damage. And then I can use a basic shot, and then basic shot, admin deploy out a scramble, so I get additional movement. Easy. Could use a basic dodge there, but I'd immediately have to use it to go back in the other direction. Basic shot, 1 space over, draw shot, and we got him! Juke, Feint, Shuffle Shot. I still do want a copy of Feint in this deck, but Shuffle Shot does damage, you see. And I do like damage. Legitimately, I'm considering Shuffle Shot just because it's the 1 cost that does 2 damage. I'm going into 2 elites, I gotta have some damage for them. There we go, the admin deploy will burn out the corrupted core for us. I get 1 damage on the enemy. I lose the debris from here as well. Fire, shuffle shot, and then a multi-shot for 3 more damage, and I even move further. That all sucked. Thankfully, with the shuffle shot, we were capable of getting a very good turn off there, and you know what? The multi-shot gets us across the line. 3rd damage gets there. Power play. Oh, I really can't afford my hull like that. Weaken hull, 3 cost. Attack for 2, make the area weak, and then exhaust the card. I mean, it's damage. It's good damage over the course of a longer fight. I got a multi-shot, so I'm doing multiple instances of damage to the same space. It's like, power play does have a large... I could also upgrade power play to have a power drive on it. Oh, man. Now or never, give you 3 evade, lose all of it next turn. I'm going to take Weaken Hull because I think it's probably going to give me more assistance here. Stun Calibrator is less useful, maybe? Extra energy every 3rd turn, especially when I've got a Weaken Hull already in the deck. You know what? No, Stun Calibrator. This is going to save me from the attack that would otherwise kill me. This fight. Shot called. I'm gonna weaken your hull. Your entire left side of your ship, buddy. Absolutely trashing it. I don't need to use extra battery this turn, but it will help my movement. So I'll do it for that reason. I'm going to lunge across you using admin deploy. And then a basic shot to prevent your return fire buff this turn. Yeah! So even though I draw the safety override, I don't have to worry about the cost of it. I can even prevent you from giving me another safety override. And I will do that by using a anchor to go left, and then a single basic shot. I'm gonna admin deploy a card out. And then that gives me the ability to 1, 2, 3 line myself up with the enemy's buff and then kill them. Didn't matter that I was lined up with that buff, I just needed to be near the weak points. Overclock. Hello. Add 2 to the next status you gain. Yes, that's really good. I don't have any specific status to use it with yet, but I will as soon as I can. Please. It seems good. Fracture detection. 1 enemy hull part is made brittle at the start of the fight. You don't know which though. And hull plating. Permanently gain +3 max hull and heal scroll and pickup. I would be over the moon right now if I'd gone for that power drive card. Oh boy, everything would be great and nothing would ever hurt, but that's not what we did. Maybe I should take a hull plating just in preparation for the possibility of it though. I'm gonna do it. Quick draw, 2 extra cards on turn 1, neat. My hand's gonna be almost full on turn 1. I should weaken an area that is obviously not the brittle cockpit. Because now I have 2 areas that I can fire on, and most of mine are 1 damage attacks, so they're doubled by weaken and by brittle. Let's go anchor into reroll. Oh man, you're giving me a golden opportunity here to gain a bunch of resources. I'll gain 3 evade as well as move 2 to the left at the same time. Let's go for a shuffle shot here. Admin deploy will play out a basic dodge, and then I'll basic shot to prevent another action. I'm locked in this position. Incoming damage is 1 from the enemy. I'm, in fact, just gonna stand here and take that. Worm system security and now or never. I just don't feel like I often want to spend all of my move. Also, lose all evade next turn, I imagine, is probably a status that would be able to be increased by boost. Leaning towards skipping. Energy refund. Gain 1 energy whenever you spend 3 on a card. There is weaken hull, which is one of them. And gosh, if only I went with the card that had the thing! The power drive card! Oh, I really don't want you to shuffle my ship. You can't split up my good bits. They become worse. Make the space brittle, or make 2 of them weak. Also, the second one of these attacks would carry a stunning effect. I need consistent damage up, I think. Yeah, I'll make the shuffle shot do 3 damage by itself, thank you. Okay. Basic block, extra battery, and then I can lunge for a hit, and then use a debris as well. I wanted to get as much out of that turn as I possibly could, and I feel like I did. Scramble and re-roll for some extra resources as well. Love it. Let it all be noted, I absolutely need to deal some damage this turn now. Use an anchor so that I can line myself up for a multi-shot that'll prevent any incoming damage, what with the stun on the second hit from a multi-shot, courtesy of our stun calibrator. Weaken a part of the enemy and then use our energy refund to deal 4 damage to them under that space. I can use an admin deploy to get out the overclock this time. Seems a more appropriate time than ever maybe to do so. And then I'll spend that on a basic dodge. One basic shot, move one space over, and then take another hull. Not liking taking the hull damage, but I gotta do it. Anchor, so that I can move one space over and multi-shot. I'll throw a basic block on the field, move one space to the left, losing yet another hull. Not over the moon about that, but... I really thought I would have thought of something to say. I don't see a way that I take less damage than is lethal this turn. Yep, incoming 3. I got 3 total as well. Oh boy. I mean, for what it's worth, the ship that I am playing actively is brittle, fragile, rather. It's not got much max shield, not got much max hull either. Thought I was reasonably well accounting for that with the hull plating pickup and the defensive pickup of a stun calibrator and the additional damage from a multi-hull, sorry, the weaken hull as well as the upgrade to multi-shot. And shuffle shot. I was trying to learn the lessons from the very first run on this one, and it feels like I still couldn't really match the speed of that final ship. I think something that I need to think about is that with the Tide Runner, your leftmost space... Actually, let's cut across that while we're talking about it. Your leftmost space is your cockpit, which is brittle in hardest mode, and because of that, also because of the fact that the other side is a cannon, it's most optimal in most circumstances to be on the far left of the enemy ship, so using things like the rightmost cards, the cards that you've just drawn, zero cost cards that you happen to draw into, Perry's lunge attack, all of those things, tend to move us further over to the right, and a lot of the fights that I was having a lot more difficulty with there, I was on the right side of the enemy, or I was in the middle of them, so I was effectively entirely engulfed. Finding a way to better position myself to the far left of enemies at the start of the combat for a Tide Runner, I feel like is going to be a much more successful experience, and that's going to be the kind of thing that we're going to be aiming to do. You thought, you knew this was coming in the next episode, of course. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Cobalt. Top left is a series playlist from my content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendation is down below. Streaming past and the names of the people so journalists supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And a Robot thank to, and a special thanks this episode to Victor. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.